decided to put Commander Paylor from the Hunger Games series into the spotlight. Commander Paylor is the head of District 8 during the rebellion.
You're alive then? We weren't sure.
Katniss, Commander Paylor, District 8.
Once both President Snow and President Coin are dead, Commander Paylor is elected to become president of Panem.
I solemnly swear, to the best of my ability, to preserve, protect, and uphold the rights of every citizen of Panem.
Paylor's name is an English name that would be given to makers of pots and pans, much like the name Smith was given to smiths. It comes from the Middle English word pail, which in turn comes from the Old French word paelle. Paelle means frying pan or cooking pan. We only know Commander Paylor by the name Commander Paylor. We don't know what her first name is. There aren't too many differences in Paylor's character between the books and the movies. The biggest difference is that Paylor's role is expanded for the movie Mockingjay Part 2. In the book Mockingjay, Commander Paylor stays at home in District 8 for the majority of the book. However, in the movie, we see Commander Paylor in District 2 alongside Commander Lime.
We took heavy losses.
Could we create a decoy? Send troops towards one gate, launch a staggered attack on another.
Whose troops do you propose as a decoy, Commander?
The two commanders are joined by Gale, Katniss, Beatty, and other high-ranking soldiers and officials. They are talking to President Coin about how to deal with the issue known as the Nut.
This is the Nut, the capital's headquarters for all offensive operations.
This scene, as I say, isn't the same in the book, but it does give us a huge insight into how Commander Paylor views life and war. She insists against sacrificing her troops to gain some weaponry.
We need to control the arsenal inside that fortress. Even with every district in this alliance, we are outgunned.
I won't commit my people to a ground assault just to pillage weapons.
Paylor views human life as much more important than getting a slight advantage in a war. Commander Lime and Commander Paylor convince President Coin to follow Gale's less destructive plan.
Civilians can escape into the square where our armies will be waiting for their surrender.
We should have every available medic standing by.
Going up against the president and forcing her to change her mind shows how strongly Commander Paylor views life. She really and truly views life as too important to just be thrown away.
Paylor, your people have suffered more than just about anyone else at the hands of the capital.
Which is why I won't condone a mass suicide.
If we don't take District 2...
Later on in the movie, we see Commander Paylor on the outskirts of the capital.
I'm Commander Paylor of District 8. I'm a soldier like all of you, so here's what I know.
Again, this scene doesn't exist in the books, but it gives us a huge insight as to Commander Paylor's values and morals. In this scene, we see Commander Paylor give a speech to a group of rebels. In this speech, she covers a plan to hopefully capture President Snow and take control of the capital.
If our armies make it past peacekeepers and other defenses, we'll converge in the center of the city at Snow's mansion, where we won't just unlock his gates, but unshackle all of Panem.
This speech is also used to encourage and rally the rebel soldiers.
For the first time in our lifetimes, we're standing together with 13 districts. From what I see here, we've already made history.
Patina Miller, the actress who plays Commander Paylor, has been asked many times about this speech. The actress is most known for her Broadway career, especially after winning a Tony Award. This history of being on Broadway played a huge part in the power of her speech. She's used to having to be very eloquent and have very strong facial expressions so that people at the back of the theatre can still hear her and understand her body language. But Miller also used real-life speeches to help influence her own on-screen speech. Miller has said that Martin Luther King's speech has been a huge influence on her own speech, but wasn't the biggest inspiration.
If we die, let it be for a cause and not a spectacle. If we succeed, let it be for all of Panem and let it be forever.
She explains that her mother is a minister and growing up she would often listen to her mother's speeches. This, along with all the other ministers she would hear growing up, helped influence this speech she made for the movie. She explains that listening to multiple ministers move crowds really helped influence and center how she wanted to deliver this speech.
Our future starts tomorrow at dawn, when we march together into the capital.
Interestingly, this movie was Patina Miller's first ever on-screen appearance, something that she hid from the rest of the cast. Miller therefore felt very excited but also very nervous during her first day on set. This was her first ever movie and it was going to be a massive movie. As a Broadway actress, Miller obviously knows how to act, but acting on stage and acting for a camera are very different. As I mentioned earlier, acting on stage, you have to exaggerate what you're saying in your facial expressions, something you don't need to do when the camera is right in front of you. Another small difference is how they mark where the actors need to stand and look. Miller realized while on set she'd never been on a set before and therefore didn't know any of these differences. So what she did is she hung in the background and watched how the other characters moved and how they found their marks. Therefore, when it was time for her to come in front of the camera, she was able to copy them and it looked very natural. It looked so natural and effortless that when she did tell the rest of the cast that this was her first ever day filming, most of them refused to believe her. How do you think Commander Paylor would be as president of Panem? Do you think she'd be a good president or do you think she'd have issues? Please tell me in the comment section down below. And until next time, happy bubbles! Thanks so much for watching this video and thank you to my Patreon bubblers for supporting the channel. If you want to see any of my other Hunger Games videos, you can click on the box on the left to find out if the final symbolic Hunger Games ever actually took place, or you can click on the box on the right to find out what would have happened had this rebellion failed. Thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell.